Alright, g'day everybody, welcome back to the patch notes once again in Atlas. And they've basically put in the new claim system for Lawless, that is specifically Lawless. And one of the things they put in the little patch notes there just before we get into the actual patch notes themselves is apparently this will be the final patch before a wipe. So there is a wipe coming, finally. Whether you wanted one or not, here it's finally going to happen. Now, in terms of the new claim system, basically, if we just jump into the Atlas, you will notice that if you've been playing recently, or if you haven't, there's new little icons, little red circles, and these are the claim areas for each of the various different companies. I found myself a nice little cozy bit of beach here, which doesn't have much on it, which I'm quite happy about. It's a little bit close to that one, so I may end up putting my claim a little bit this way and see, because in terms of its range, that boat over there to that building over there, the claim will probably sit just nicely inside that range. So I've basically got this bit of beach here, and my claim will probably fit without actually accidentally claiming somebody else's stuff. And that's basically how it goes. I haven't got enough materials because I only just started, and they actually take quite a fair bit to get. So if we have a look in here, we search for the tower. So we end up having these Lawless claim towers. And with it, not just comes the claim tower for land, but once you've built a land tower, you can also build a water tower. And so you'll build the land one, it will claim an area, sort of what I was just pointing out just then, and then you'll put a water tower into the water, and that will help keep your boat safe as well. And then obviously on PvP, you can destroy the tower so that you then get access to the land. However, as has probably been found out by some people at the moment, if you have buildings like my own which are not within a claim, if somebody comes in and puts a claim down, it will claim my building and take it away from me. And then if you have an armoured dock out there and someone puts down a claim and actually claims your armoured dock, if you have a vessel inside that dock, then it's theirs. So, worth noting. Okay, and yeah, in terms of the timing of it, the land claim, when you put it down, I should probably just be grabbing some materials and stuff while I'm talking. So it takes 45 minutes to actually put a tower up. You can spend 100 gold and repair the tower. And I think it's 2% health for every 5 seconds. And when I was playing around with it earlier on in the single player and other environments, I think it was like maybe 3.5 minutes you can bring that down to if you had about 4,000 gold. So yeah, if a competing tower is in there, it will destroy it, and the water tower takes about 30 minutes to do without interference. Okay, so the next part would be some patches around the seahorse. So the seahorse now has a saddle. When equipped, you can ride the seahorse. An equipped seahorse saddle is now required for the seahorse. Right. So beforehand you could just ride the seahorse, now you need a saddle. It's a fairly significant cost there. 45 or 75 height and 20 organic pace, but there's nothing crazy. The crazy part is getting the seahorse in the first place. The Majestic Kraken has now got an increase in the damage of the cannons, 150 to 160. More crew, up to 22. And the Giant Tentacle cost is down to 50. And there's been a little bit of a change to the deck. Deck widened in the middle, and cosmetic Kraken meshes should no longer disappear. Okay. So yeah, they've made a slight change to a bit heavy. Okay. That's alright. Yes. Anyway, so there's a slight change there. The ramming galley got the similar treatment. The damage is up to 140% on the cannons. 18 crew. The castles and the railings will now show damage when they're at low health, and the gunport railings will no longer have the leaking HUD when heavily damaged. Fair enough, they're just some small minor changes, but probably worthwhile. Get that damage up. Definitely needed more crew, so that's very handy. What was I doing in the game right now? Small storage box, I need fibre. Always need more fibre. Alright, moving on. Ship respec. So there's a new ship respec option. 2,500 gold, consumed from your inventory, and you can only do it once every 2 days. I reckon that sounds wonderful, because it allows you to basically have one ship that you might want to try out different builds on, and that will that's quite handy, really. I like that. There's some serious lag going on there. Alright. Increase the height of the lowest. Why didn't they put that in the patch notes for the ramming galley and the Kraken? It's a little bit surprising. They increase the height of the deck, or the lowermost deck on the ramming galley and the Kraken to accommodate things like food larders. Could have actually put that up with the Majestic Kraken and ramming galley chains, but they didn't. Rope ladders and wall hooks can now be placed on sails on the ramming galley and the Majestic Kraken. All very well and good. Oh, my character is so slow. Because we need a storage box. I need to find what's next on the notes. Alright, well, that made my character a bit faster. Very good. Alright, so the markets. You can trade preferences of the markets can now be viewed by a search selecting view trade offers. In the settings for each available market, markets can no longer be placed on ships. I would have loved to have seen a market placed on a ship. I reckon that would look just silly. But, you know, obviously people find all the interesting bugs. Chuck all that in there. My character needs a level. Wow. Should have just transferred all. Yeah, so because I'm on... well, it's actually not too bad the ping today. Standardly I get like 250 to 300 ping because these are US servers and I'm playing in Australia. It's just something we have to deal with. Alright, moving on. Tames and creatures. The increased feeding radius of the bowler entrapped elephants. So you can be a bit further away when taming them. Very good. Crows can have hats. Very important, I guess. Heavy Cyclops helmet is now positioned correctly on parrots. Okay. If you say so. Yeah, cosmetic stuff. It's always fun. I don't mind cosmetic stuff. Lets people have a little bit of fun. Miscellaneous. NPCs can no longer target grenades. Okay. Kind of makes sense, but alright. Some blueprint craft counts increased at higher quality tiers. Single player map on the PC should now have... Oh, nice. They put that one in. I think I read that before and I forgot it was in there. Beforehand, I was having to download the latest and greatest JSON files and plug them into my single player to get the sea forts and the ship salesman. But they've actually included that in the single player now, so that's excellent. It's about time. And very, very good. Alright. Army of the Damned treasure guards should no longer spawn underneath structures. Antidote no longer disappears from the mortar and pestle. Yep, fair enough. Crossing grids in single player doesn't crash anymore. Nice, because that was really, really painful there for a while. But yes, very good. Resolved an issue with the game user ini file reverting to default on private servers. Don't have any rocks on. And there's a rock. Not enough rocks apparently. Grab another one. Why is that not working? That's got to want fibres, isn't it? Of course. Grab some fibres. Alright, that's all the miscellaneous. We're on to the known issues. The Majestic Kraken ships obtained prior to the patch will lose their blue tint on most of their pieces. Alright. Difficulty for colourblind people to differentiate friendly and enemy claim towers. When viewing through the spyglass. Fair enough. I'll have to actually build a spyglass and actually look at that. Flags on top of the water claim do not rise. Okay. Hopefully they'll be able to fix that, but it's not critical, I imagine. It's just an indicator of how complete the thing is. And the single player map on Xbox has not been updated with sea forts and the ship salesmen. Okay, so they put that into single player, but not the single player on Xbox yet. Well, which brings us to the end of the patch. It's an interesting one. I know that I logged in when the patch went live and the servers were absolutely just getting hammered. And it looks like what they did... Oh no, they haven't fixed it here. You can actually see, like this island over here, it has so many claims already. And yeah, I believe they were meant to be switching off a number of these so that we weren't all seeing them. I'm not exactly certain what's going on with that, why I'm still seeing it. But the server lag has been fixed, and they rolled out a quick patch which I thought was meant to actually hide these circles. Why is that one flashing? Oh, is it because it's crossed over? And so the hidden one's actually got that claim. Maybe. Anyway, they fixed that, and we're back to being able to play again. Albeit that I've got lag, and that's just normal for me being an Australian. Right, well, hopefully you found these patch notes interesting. I haven't really been able to give them the attention that it needs because the server was in such a terrible state last night when I was actually doing all this. Let the kids hanging around me if you can't already hear that too. I'm going away for the week. I'm going to Coffs Harbour for a holiday. So, yeah, I won't have any Atlas updates for a week. Albeit that there probably won't be an update for a week anyway. Yeah, I've got a level. Chuck that in there. Can I buy Bear's tools? Nice. I can. So, I want a smithy. I'll go and grab all the stuff out of the box and see if I can get a smithy. Of course I can't, because I need a lot of hide. Alright, I have to kill some stuff. That's all well and good. Which basically brings it to the end of the patch notes anyway. Once I've had a chance to play on the single player a bit, maybe even get a claim tower up and running, I may end up looking at doing that next playthrough that I was thinking about. Alright, thanks for watching, hopefully you found it good, and I'll see you in the next one.